Have you ever wondered why people en masse are believing the VoteChori allegations? Because normally people don't believe everything said by the government, people don't believe everything said by the opposition, and people don't believe everything coming from news media. People don't believe everything that is shown on TV channels, everything that is printed on newspapers, everything the government says, everything the opposition says. People don't believe everything. But here, the Indians en masse are believing in the VoteChori allegations because it is something people already knew. It is nothing new. It has been crystallized through an organized compilation, but the facts were known to the people long back. In fact, the first indication that some hanky-panky is going on within the Election Commission, the first indication was the sudden resignation of the election commissioner. One election commissioner suddenly quit, much in the same way as Vice President Dhankar. He suddenly quit. And the moment he quit, so suddenly, coming in at lightning speed and going out at digital speed, now people knew that there was something dishonest, some corruption inside the ECI office. And after a few polls, people were sure that there were bogus voters or some genuine people were removed from the voting list, and it was the voters list that was compromised. All the VoteChori was taking place through the voters list, not EVM. Those who were shouting EVM versus ballot paper, and they were even checking the battery percentage of EVM. People knew that it was not EVM, it was not ballot paper, it was the voter list that was being manipulated. And people found ample evidence in certain elections. Many elections, for instance in Odisha, where there was no chance of the ruling party by Patnaik, there was no chance of his losing, and when he lost, people knew that, and then certain random checks, certain random inquiries revealed that yes, it was the voter list, not the EVM. EVM and EVM battery percentage had nothing to do with electoral malpractices. All the malpractices consisted in manipulating voter list either by excluding genuine voters or including fake and bogus voters or allowing people to vote multiple times. Then people knew it already. So when you bring in a presentation or a compilation of facts, organized facts, which people already know, then the credibility is very high. The credibility is very high because people already knew. It is nothing a discovery. It's nothing of a rocket science. It's nothing of a something new invention. People knew it already. And reaffirmation of what people knew, and not only Indians, the whole world knew. Even Trump knew, probably. That may have been one of the things, other than, of course, several things, several criminal cases, then several trade patterns, several his business tycoons. In addition to that, this could also have been one of them. We do not know, but the whole world knew. The whole world knew about it. There was nothing absolutely novel or startling or new revelation here. So people believed when they were shown an organized compilation of what they already knew. And people who realized late, those who were barking up the wrong tree, EVM versus ballot paper, now they have come back to their senses that no, it's not the EVM, it's not the battery percentage, it's not the electoral ballot papers, it is not the VVPAT. All the manipulation is in voters list and nowhere else. And that is a mass movement, en masse support for the entire opposition coming from people and all the opposition united. And in addition, people are fed up of the lies, a series of false claims, a series of fake information, a series of nonsense being peddled by the government and the government supporting media. People are fed up. We have seen the military operation against Pakistan, one by one, self-contradictory statements. So the government's credibility was already lost. Corruption, bridges collapsing before inauguration, schools closing. When people are trying to open more schools, the states run by the so-called hopeless double-engine government, they are closing the schools. They are interfering with the autonomy of the states. They are withholding funds. They are withholding funds to Tamil Nadu just for not teaching Hindi. If you don't teach Hindi, I will not give you funds, which is actually totally unconstitutional because education is in concurrent list. So all these things by the government, people are already fed up with them. People have begun to realize that this Besharam Jumla party is going to be a disaster for India, and it has already proved a disaster in the last 11 years. And in addition, what they are doing? Inciting communal hatred, promoting communal hatred as nationalism. So what people knew, plus the anger people had against the government, plus the non-performance of the government, all these added up, and now people en masse support the fight of the united opposition against VoteChori. Now they are supporting VoteChori because you have made them, the government has lost the credibility, you have lost the faith of the people. The people no longer trust you. Anything Modi says, people know it is 99% lie, it is 99% false. Anything Modi says, people know it is 99% nonsense. Anything Amit Shah says, people know it is 98% false. Anything Yogi says, people know it is 101% false. Anything Hemant Biswa Sarma says, people know it is 200% false. So people have begun to realize. And in addition, this voter list manipulation is not a new phenomenon. People knew it beforehand. People knew it long back, even before 2014 Lok Sabha elections. So now, en masse support for the united opposition, fighting for restoration of democracy, and really we wish them all success. They should succeed if India is to be saved from the Modi disaster and the Besharam Jumla party disaster, and you have to bring back India onto a stable and proud democracy, the same democracy which existed during the time of Indira Gandhi, the same democracy which existed during the time of Atal Bihari Vajpayee, to bring back the same democracy and restore the glory of India. It is necessary for the opposition to remain united, and fight against the Besharm Jumla party and a compromised ECI and restore democracy so that elections are free and fair. Thank you and goodbye.